Well, hello everyone, I'm Jenny from View for You Gaming, and today we are back in Atom RPG. So, we kind of got a new quest last time. We completed the collect 5 toadstools for Katya. And yeah, we've actually got several quests now. There's the fisherman who wants a bottle of some pre-war hard liquor. We need to find the rat. Whoever is selling out the town to the traders. Then there's a couple of quests to go to Krasno, and we still have our main quest, of course. So let's just see. We haven't gotten any new points up here to spend. We still have 2 points here. Well, let's see. Well, maybe we should. I feel like having a stroll. Okay, let's see who you are. Okay. Before you stands a shortish woman with a kindly face. She is wearing a simple dress. On her head is a linen headscarf which she wears like a bandana of sorts. I want your thoughts on the local gangsters. Howdy, can I ask you some questions? Yeah. The woman puts a hand on her mouth and looks around fearfully. It seems the very topic scares her. Those bandits are terrible people. I'm scared for my husband the most. He's a proud man and is not accustomed to being disgraced. Those bastards, they shake every coin they can out of us. Every time they do, it's like a knife in the heart to him. They are terrible. Those guns they have, they're not afraid to use them either. For them, killing a man is easy. It's nothing to them, and I'm afraid that my husband will do something stupid one of these days and get himself killed. It scares me so much. The woman sadly shakes her head and wipes her tears when you're not looking. Doesn't seem like she's a liar. She really cares for her man and for the village itself. Please, you have nothing to be afraid of. It's going to be alright. Can I ask you some questions now? Sure thing. How's life out here? Good. Well, at least I think so. Some of the people are grumpy, like my husband for example. They say it's no way to live with all them bandits and constant drought. But that's just their survival instinct speaking. In reality, other villagers have it far worse than us. It's easy and fun to live in a Tratnoi. If you're not scared of manual labor, that is. You got that right. Can I ask something else? Tell me about yourself. Oh, there's so much to tell. Well, before the war, I was a history teacher in the village school. I love history, though I've forgotten most of it. Much of it. And I love kids. It's just sad how they grow up so fast. Me and my husband, by the way, we have 3 sons. They're grown men nowadays. Each went away his own way. The older one and the second one probably forgot us already. They never visit. Both of them are living in Krasno. I'd sure love to know what they do for a living though. Back when he visited me, I asked my eldest son, what's your job in the city? Does it pay well? He just mumbled something like, keep calm mother, everything is fine. Same story with my other son. They probably got that attitude from their father. He's also the silent type. My youngest, on the other hand, he took after me. He's all smiles, you know, and he loves to chat. But I'm worried silly about him. He's a caravan guard, you know. I always nag him about it. I tell him to go live with his siblings in the big city. He just laughs it off. Stubborn, just like his old dad. Okay, another question. What's new around the village? There's always something new in the village. Sometimes a cow gives birth. At other times the water tower stops working. We've also got a trader who just recently came to live here, right from the Krasno city. The woman approaches you and whispers in your ear secretively. And also, recently, our tech specialist disappeared. He is one hell of a drunkard. Sometimes he gets on such crazy binges it becomes scary. But this time, I'm sure he didn't disappear because of his bad habit. I think it's because he was bragging his last days in the village. Bragging about becoming... She stares around before saying, becoming a millionaire. Quite the mystery, that, right? Just like something Sherlock Holmes would try to solve. Sure thing. Heard any rumors? I heard from the other gals that There's this place called Algier. It's sunny all year long, you know, and there's a women-only resort built there. Wow. Must be amazing to get some rest in such a lovely place. It's just that my husband would never let me go, and even if he would, I would not trust him with the household for the time I'd be away, even if it's just a week. You don't seem to trust anybody these days, right? May I ask something else? Okay, I'm going to go. So who's your husband? Huh. I wonder. Okay, well, we have been in with the trade, and let's go to you. Before you stands a hardy woman with a strict, large-featured face. She has an apron over her dress. I want your thoughts on the local gangsters. The woman spits in disgust and crosses her arms over her chest. A cowardly bunch they are, that's my opinion. Lazy cowards. If you ask me, a great recipe for disaster. I don't fear them, but I don't talk to them either. And I don't recommend you doing so. That's a sure way to ruin your reputation. The woman wrinkles her nose in disgust and takes a proud stance with her hands on her hips and her head nodded forward. It's obvious she hates the bandits too much to have anything in common with them. Thanks a lot. Can I ask you some questions now? How's life out here? What kind of question is that? Like anywhere else. We work again, and then we work some more. Not unlike anyone else, maybe even better than some. Around these parts, anyone will say the same. Okay, tell me about yourself. Oh, curiosity killed the cat. I'm looking after our home. My husband is guarding the village treasury. What else? Before the war, I've had my own field and a garden. Nowadays, I'm not much of an entrepreneur. I'm not a young girl anymore, after all, but my love for my work is still there, keeping me going every day. I got your point. Can I ask one more question? What's new around the village? Okay, I guess, and it's the main problem. If anyone asks, I didn't say it, but I think that our head, Comrade Kovalev, should retire. In his best years, he was quite the man. You could say he built this village himself, but his age shows more and more with each passing day. He can't cope with it all like he used to. Why, just a few years ago, he wanted to build a vineyard, buy some seeds from the traveling traders, build the arbors, but then the project just stopped in its tracks. First, it was too arid, then the bandits came. The woman shakes her head. Either he names a successor, or we have an election. What we have now, it can't last forever. That's what I think anyway. Heard any rumors? I don't trust no rumors, especially those about the radiation that some people love to spread around. Radiation is the enemy, sure, but you need to know your enemy, not make up facts about it like Victor Pelmenu from the Gosplan's village does. One time he had this story about talking ants. After that he saw a 6-fingered chicken. Those who believe his tall tales will live in fear, but those who will see that the teller is nothing but a mentally ill person will become more sober about this world we live in. Good for them, I say. Okay, interesting. Okay, so your husband must be this guy or what? I guess he's guarding the treasury, so I would assume that would be her husband. Okay, who are you? Before you stands a thin, middle-aged man with a bony complexion. He's wearing a camo shirt and old track pants. On his head sits a Panama hat. His sunburned visage projects immense boredom and fatigue. I want your thought on the local gangsters. The man shrugs his shoulders for no reason and looks down. Suddenly you feel like he's older than he appears. When he finally starts talking, his voice trembles. Those people are messed up. They're vampires. They suck the life from our village and the lands beyond. I despise them. But you know, while me and my wife were traveling, we saw such brutality that those local bandits seem innocent in comparison. He looks like a broken man, a quiet, sad former member of the intelligentsia, but somewhere inside this timid man you sense a strong moral core. His His morals are unshakable. You can't imagine he'd betray them to work with the bandits. How's life out here? We work hard mostly. It's just been a couple of years since me and my wife moved here. In comparison with most other villages, this is a real paradise. Even the name Otratnoy suits it. The man looks at his blistered hands and quietly sighs. Well, it's a paradise by the standards of this crapsack world anyway. This probably sounds funny to you, but I'm part of the intelligentsia. Well, I was anyway. Before the war, I worked as a columnist in a small regional paper. I also took people on sightseeing tours all over the region. But now I do manual labor, just like anyone else around. What's new around the village? You're the newest thing around, it seems, sir. Sorry, I meant comrade. It's hard to shake off the old habits of speech. Now our Dr. Mikoyan never cared to lose the old speech. He clings to the past and to his principles. I can respect that. No man news, huh? Can I ask some questions then? Okay. One traveling preacher, one of those crazies, you know. The type that travel the world, gather garbage, and speak nonsense. Well, he told me that once he heard a strange noise in the sky and looked up. You won't believe it, but he said he saw an eagle. It was flying circles in the air, and with him was a snake. Not as prey, but as a friend. It had wrapped its body around the eagle's neck. That preacher told me that in that moment he was ecstatic. He said that the proudest animal brought the smartest animal, and both of them had traveled to look upon him and see if he was still alive. The man looks into the dusty beyond. He was crazy, sure, but he made me think. Am I alive? Or am I just a shell? A body without a soul? A machine? I don't know. The man turns to you and coughs shyly. It's obvious he's feeling awkward about his long speech and for showing his emotions. Okay, well, that was that. Did we talk to you? Wasn't that another one we talked to? No, you're the one we talked to. Okay, well, let's go and talk to you then. Gonna be a little tricky keeping track of all these people. Before you stands an old woman leaning on a cane. She's wearing a black dress and a black headscarf. Under her black eyebrows hide her black eyes, still sharp and revealing the glimmer of youth. Hello, I want your thoughts on the local gangsters. The old woman looks you over with a piercing gaze. She seems very calm if you ignore her white knuckles tightened around the cane. They've killed my husband. You know, young lady, they aren't my favorite people. The woman's voice is completely calm, although you see that under the ruse of her stability lies nothing but an all-engulfing hatred. A downpour in the middle of the desert is more likely than this woman working for the bandits. I'm so very sorry. Can I ask you more questions? How's life out here? But we aren't complaining, young lady. This village has been through a lot. It might seem that the villagers are all out of willpower by now, but I strongly believe that the people of this village are yet to rise. I feel like there's a sentence missing here, or is that just me? It seems like she should have been saying something in front of this. Okay. Tell me about yourself. I have forgotten how old I am, young lady, but I still remember the life I had pretty well, and I have no desire to talk about it with strangers. Please forgive me. Fair enough. What's new around the village? If you're asking simply out of boredom, you'll excuse me if I don't answer you, but if you're asking to hear some valuable information for yourself, I'm sorry, because I doubt that our village holds that kind of knowledge. Okay. Gossip. I prefer not to know, because in the good old days it wasn't the same at all. My late husband and I received incredibly beautiful china and silverware as our wedding gift. Young lady, it was astonishing. Luxurious. But now you see, beautiful things have no value. I've heard that a man in a village close to ours has turned a whole bar of delirium into nails. Nails, can you imagine? Oh, what times we live in. Okay, well, so far we're not having much luck finding a trader, have we? Yeah, we have talked to was he the one we talked to? I think so. What about you? Yeah, before you stands a tough, hard-looking man aged around 45. He's wearing an old sunburned shirt with short sleeves and hardy work pants. It's hard not to notice a wide black mustache on his strict face. I want your thought on the local gangsters. The man clenches his large fists. The whites of his eyes go bloodshot. You watch as his whole body shakes with waves of poorly concealed anger. Goddamned lawless jackals is what my opinion is. Instead of working like decent people, they rob our village and peaceful travelers. Oh, if we had the strength, we'd show them. We'd show them all. His rage gradually decreases, but he still is clenching his fists. It seems as if the very existence of bandits defies some of his personal beliefs. He looks sincere in his anger. A man such as this would rather die than cooperate with bandits. Don't be nervous, I just want to know what you think. Can I ask you some questions now? Yes. How's life out here? It's an okay living. We work hard and never dawdle. Now isn't that great? Tell me about yourself. There's not much to tell. I'm a simple man, I work a lot, and I wish everyone would do that. Work keeps the bad thoughts away and helps you sleep better at night. If there is anything new, I tell you, but things tend to stay the same around here. That's good in a way. Mind another question. Okay. They say there's some cult in Krasno City that helps honest folk. Sounds great, right? Well, I don't trust that kind of charity. Maybe I'm wrong about them, but it seems they have some sort of agenda, a shady agenda. Anything is possible. Okay. So there's a cult in Krasno. That is interesting. Might be something we're gonna run into. Okay, well, we have been in this house, we have been in that house, we have been in the tavern. We have talked to these two ladies. So maybe we should try and go and talk to the doctor. We haven't talked to him yet, have we? Okay, so that must be Dr. McCoy, maybe. Yeah, there's all these places, but I'm like... Ugh. Okay, there wasn't anything in there. Interesting. What if we check this one? Okay. Apophenum. The cure from acute radiation symbol. This is a real tea, not some modern herbal mix made out of something God knows what. And a magnifying glass. Yeah. Let's risk this. Yeah, we don't take kindly to thieves around these parts because he's part of a what did they call it? A faction. So he shouldn't attack, at least not from the first attempt at stealing something. You see a slightly bent, thin, but otherwise well-built, middle-aged man. He's dressed in a dusty lab coat with the sleeves rolled up and a cloth hat of a peculiar shade of grey. But did we already talk to him? I can't even remember. You must be the local doctor. No, I don't think we have. You're right, young lady, Dr. McCoyan, but you can call me Constantine. Doc, I need your help. I want to know. Just ask some questions. You know what, young lady, I'm a doctor. I'm not on trial here, but if it's really necessary, you can ask me some questions. How's the job? Intense. How do you like this world? Intense. It's unclear what to expect the morning after. You either give up or start adopting. That's how it works, young lady. Every day this world finds new ways to surprise us. Sometimes it's radiation sickness, sometimes spontaneous mutation. Sometimes it's stitching up bite marks from animals that weren't listed in any books before the war. Sometimes I get a patient that pulls all my years of medical experience under question just by the way he looks, or rather by the way the mushrooms growing out of his back looks. Wow, the life of a communist doctor sounds pretty hard-stuck. You know what, young lady, I'm a doctor, I'm not on trial here. Okay, tell me about yourself. It's nice to listen to a smart person from time to time. I'm one of the original residents of this place, been here ever since the collapse. Nothing else special about my biography though, and thank God for that. Very concise, Doc. Good for you. Can I ask you some more questions? How's life? Young lady, I'm a doctor, not a rustic writer. I won't waste my time telling you stories of life in the village. It's enough that you know that life here is relatively peaceful, not too complicated, but to a certain extent. The commune tends to my needs, compensates me for my labor, and I don't really get that many patients anymore. In the old days, there were floods of the sick and of the mutilated at my door every day. The doctor looks over at a thick folder on his desk labeled death certificates. Okay. Heard any rumors? Oh, you women, how you love all sorts of rumors. You know what? I'm a doctor, not a babbling brook. But you're right, sometimes I really do get to hear an interesting piece of gossip. For example, I've heard that here in our tavern they cut all of their liquor with fly agaric brew. I never drink it, and as a medical professional strictly advise you, young lady, to stay away from it too. That stuff can have an unpredictable effect. Okay. Yeah. I think that was it. No more questions. Okay. Listen, how about a small discount on all the drugs I'm buying? Absolutely not. I'm a doctor, not a haggler. If you want to get a discount, go bargain with the local merchant. It's too bad. Well, worth a try. Yeah, I don't really need help, and I don't really want to buy medicine right now, so there we go. Okay, so that was the doctor. Dr. McCoyan. Okay, we talked to you. We have talked to you over here. Oh wow, there's so many people to talk to. I go over here. That going there? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. There's no one here. No? Aha, well, we could do that. Nothing there, no. Okay. Toilet paper. Valuable for that. And soap. You can't tell if this soap is pre-war or modern. Whatever it is, soap is more of a luxury item these days. Most wasteland dwellers use more agaric ways of cleaning themselves or don't wash at all. Okay, so I could steal that with no problem. No one is in here. Awesome. Well, maybe we should actually try and go over here and see what kind of alcohol we have for sale. Not like we have a lot of rubles. Well, actually, we should probably talk to the bartender. Yep. Let's see. See the menu. So, that must be my inventory. Pre-war vodka. Okay. That's 135 rubles. Wow. I need to save up some more money. Because it's not like we have a lot. Where are they? There. We have 20. Okay. Yep. What about this building? That one we can get into. Oh, we can. Go and see who lives in here. Oh, Nobody. Okay. Well, a herbal mix. A mix of some questionable herbs. You can make a tea from it, but remember that there are no quality control in the waste, so drinking it could be dangerous. Interesting. Okay. Can't do anything with the bed. What about this? Nope. Okay. Anything here? Nope. Okay. Fair enough. Just gonna go back out. I checked all these buildings. Hospital, then we check this one, so this one would be next. Yeah, we checked that one, so yeah, let's go over here. Okay. So who are you guys? Okay, so, well, we probably don't want to do anything in here. That's just gonna get us in trouble with all these people. Well, we have to talk to you. Let's see. Oh. Before you stands a 50-year-old man. His rigid posture and his prideful expression contrast slightly with his shifty eyes. Seems like he'd been a small-time government official before the war. Comrade woman, by any chance are you here to fix our water tower? Nope, what's wrong with it? Yes, why not? Yeah, nope. The engine doesn't work and our mechanic disappeared somewhere. Probably out drinking. Okay, I'll take a look. Wait. Local proletariat will not forget your contribution to our everyday struggle for survival. The water tower is nearby here. Take a look to find out what's wrong with it. I'm sure you can handle it, comrade. Take it easy, man. I haven't fixed anything yet, but I'll take a look. Well, it's nice to be remembered. However, you can't exchange eternal memory for food and shelter. The man quickly combs his balding head with his fingers and gives you a hard look. This here desire to profit at the local people's expense is unbecoming on you. However, if you're so concerned with the material, I'll pay you from the budget of our village. Of course, that means you'll have to go without supplies for months. Children will go to sleep hungry, and the parents will need to think of excuses to explain to them why there was no supper, or why there won't be any breakfast on the next day. But the risk of dying from thirst is much more grave. Stop the pity party, you're a worthless actor. I'll see what's the deal with the engine. Okay. Don't think we have talked to... Oh, were you the one we talked to? I have to learn to keep track of these guys. Yep, we have talked to this guy, so... yep. There we go. What about you? See? And I've talked to you. Oh, there we go. Okay, before you stands a stocky, powerful man aged around 30. He has a plump face, an upturned nose, and an impudent look in his eye. He's wearing workman's slacks and a tight t-shirt with the word rowing imprinted on the front in faded sunburned letters. Attention, you see that he is rolling dice in his palm. Okay, you wanna play some dice? No. I want your thoughts on the local gangsters. Do they have any representatives in the village? Oh, hello. Well, let's say wanna play some dice. I'd love to, girlfriend, but the fact is that our chairman, Kovalov, banned all gambling in the village. He calls the shots, so to speak, but now I only play outside the village. Okay. How's life out here? It's okay. No reason to be sad anyway. Hehe. How are you? I don't mope about it, or shrug your shoulders indecisively. Not good, but not bad either. Or you'd rather keep quiet about your business. Just shoot yourself. I don't need to know your business. Ain't nothing in it for me. Okay. Tell me about yourself. I'm a hunter, comrade investigator. That's not illegal, right? Yeah, I love it. Fresh air, a faithful rifle in your hands, the smell of a campfire in the steppe. Pretty romantic, eh? And it pays well too. The commune lives just fine. Not great, but it could be worse. Though actually I don't really care. I squat around here, sometimes drink in the tavern, and that's it. Sometimes I also try to woo Katya, which is pretty natural. Hey, but the village itself doesn't bother me too much. The real fun is in Krasno. There's gambling, there are good drinks, and the women are not shy at all if you get my drift. He gives you a raised smile and claps you on the shoulder. Half of the women in that city are probably raising my kids nowadays. How do you like that? Oh, you. Can I ask something else? Okay, heard any rumors? Rumors, huh? I don't even know. Well, one dude told me that some enthusiasts made an actual movie somewhere south of here. Yup, the first movie in 20 years. It's probably trash, but still, it'd be interesting to watch. If the tickets don't cost 1,000 each, that is. Which is probable, if you think about it. Okay, well, that was it, wasn't it? That was the rumor. Okay, we have to talk to you. So, yeah, I don't really want to risk anything in here while all these people are in here, so let's just... Oh, are you leaving too? And you're probably coming back. No? Okay, well, let's head out. So, well, we do have the water tower right over here, so maybe we should check that out. Let's see. Okay, you turn the handle, but the sink doesn't work. Maybe you need to fix the pump first. Okay. Well, let's go over here then. The engine is not working. It must be fixed. So, have an empty bottle and another empty bottle. Interesting. So, and we can't do anything here, no. Nothing over here. Nope. Okay. Nothing there. You are busy working in here. Nothing. Okay, well, what do we have? Empty bottle. You can get some water into it. Empty canteen. You can get some water into it. Okay, it seems like we need to get some water somehow. And that might be a good idea. We have toilet paper, soap. Okay. Well, I think, let's see. Well, have we seen any water anywhere? Well, we have over here, I guess, the river, but can we actually access that? Oh, there's like a box right there. Ooh. Might actually want that if we can get close to it without attracting anyone's attention. Interesting. But what are you? You're a chicken. And then we can... and nothing over here. Nope. Okay, you I can't pick up. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Where do we come from? We came from in here, right? Yeah. I think we did. Well, I think that is something we're gonna have to figure out next time, if we can figure out how to get some water, because I don't feel like we could get down to the water over by the river. We find rat, any fisherman. Okay, well, we're gonna have to see if we can do some more quests next time, and we'll have to learn, get to know more of these people and figure out who might be the traitor. So, thank you for watching, and do take care, everyone. So, happy gaming!